Hello, it's Hannah here again to share a few tips on going live and filming for social media. A fantastic tool on Facebook is their live feature, which is not a pre-recorded video that you can edit and amend and touch up and then put out, but goes live. It's not as terrifying as it sounds, and it is a fantastic way to engage and communicate with your audience as if they were there with you as you were presenting. So there's a few things that you have to think about before you get started with it. The first is, what's the point? So if for a church, are you streaming a Sunday service, a worship evening, a Bible study? Think about what it is that you're trying to do, have a script for it, have more of a clearer idea of what it is that you're wanting to present. This as well will help you to understand about when is best to present it. Think about your audience. Is it for mums or for families or for students? Obviously, with everything going on at the moment, people are a lot easier to get access to social media, but it's worth remembering if there are work hours that people need to stick to. So often weekends or evenings are optimum for putting out a live video. Now, I know I've said this on my previous video, but obviously have practice on your personal profile. Don't go live straight away on your church's platform. It's a good idea to be familiar of what you're going to have to go through when you're actually in the process of going live, and also actually seeing how the interaction works. It's as well thinking about your equipment, light, sound, and all the other things that I mentioned in my previous video. But most people will be streaming straight from their phone onto Facebook, so think about your battery and your internet. Good idea to make sure that you're fully charged up before you go live, and also checking your broadband or data to just make sure that you don't have any problems when you go to live stream. Now, obviously it's great to go live, but if people don't know that you're going to be going live, or they're not expecting it and they've got something else on, are you going to be reaching everyone that you want to reach? It's really important to make sure that people know that you're going live. Now, this could be a couple of days before, or if you know that you'll be going live every Sunday at 10:30, 10, 11, whenever it is that your service is going to be streamed. Let people know so that they'll be ready, they'll make sure that they've not got any distractions, they'll have a tea or a coffee and be ready to watch you. Encourage your friends or congregation, family, anyone who is likely to be wanting to interact with the video to share it beforehand as well. Make sure that they know that you're going live and that they will share it out onto their feeds as well. If you want to give people a bit of a sneak peek into what you're going to be talking about, or if you just want to challenge yourself to go live a few more times before you get really confident with it, why not try going live a day or two beforehand, just for a couple of minutes, just saying, join me tomorrow for my Sunday service where we'll be looking at the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. It's a great way to show people who's going to be the person that's talking, but also it can allow you the opportunity to just go, click down below where you can follow the page and be notified every time we go live. Now's the time to go live. Panic. No, seriously, don't. It'll all be fine. It doesn't matter if you make any mistakes or you or lose your place. Really, don't worry. And I know I've said that before plenty of times. But again, it's great to have friends or family just keeping an eye out for when the page goes live so that they can interact, say hello, and just be a bit more of some familiar faces, virtual faces that you can engage with and know who you're speaking to. Now, obviously, if you're the one giving the sermon, you don't want to be constantly looking at your phone or laptop just to see who's responding and who's commenting and who's liking as you're talking. It's really handy to have someone else, whether they're in your house or even a remote friend, who can just manage the page and comment and respond and engage whilst you're talking. However, you do want to have some interaction. Again, this is the really brilliant thing about live, is that if people are asking direct questions or they're saying hello, it's really nice to respond and just acknowledge who's there and watching. So often it can be really good just beforehand or just after, just to give a bit of reaction to the people who've watched. Now, as you're going live, it's often really good to just give a few minutes of sort of buffer time for people to see that you're going live and to be notified and to actually get themselves in the right position to sit and listen. If you're starting at 10:30 because you've got a service starting at 10:30, people will expect it, so they'll be a bit more prepared. But if you are doing a Bible study, it's always good to just give a few minutes. Maybe that's the time that you can be welcoming people into the conversation, or just sharing a few kind of housekeeping notices, or or recent updates on what's going on prior to you starting. With most posts that go out on social media, you don't just want to leave it there and not have any reason for people to interact with it. Have a call to action or a response that you want people to engage with in the video. So if it's a Sunday service, you can end it with, "Thank you for watching our Sunday service. We really appreciate it if you liked and followed this page so that you can keep up to date with what we're doing." Or if it's a Bible study, you could get them to sign up to a church mailing list or join a group. There's so many things that you could do, but it's really about getting people to interact with the posts that are going out. Otherwise, it's not social, it's just broadcasting. Get people engaged and responsive to what you're putting out there. So I hope these few tips have been helpful. If you haven't seen a previous video that I've done on just getting set up for filming for live, do check that out. And if you have any other questions, do get in touch with the communications team to help you get your church out online.